music.
I know, right? I feel like I'm at like an elevator or something.
I feel like I'm at an IHOP waiting in
Well,
Orlando.
dude, I got me going. I don't know if they have video yet. Look at that breakfast.
Oh, let's go.
Let's
That's a
go.
full hog. You got
That's
the
what you
full
call
pig.
that's what you call vegan, right there. Lance the vegan, gluten free,
Remember that
vegan
Ice Cube
free.
song, Today Was a Good Day? Mama cooked the whole hog.
Dude, did you ever? You're in South Florida, but you ever eat for New Year's hog? On the fire, roast hog or anything?
Oh, the Cubans love doing like a full pig.
Yeah, we would do that for New Year's and stuff. Get it out and then just get your fork right there in the hog and
Yeah, there's
there
no
you
there's
go.
no sides. There's no sides, there's no bread, there's no fixins. You're just like ripping pieces of it
Just
off of
rip
it.
off the hog. I mean, we would always get like white rice, black beans,
Yeah.
platanos, yuca, what else? Cuban bread. Um, yeah, well, I'll mix it with stuff like that too. But
We got a guy in the hospital watching us right now, Fred. Fred,
what
get
is
better,
that?
bro. Get out of
Yeah,
that
get out of
hospital.
there. Hopefully you got a good looking nurse. That always makes it better.
Yeah. I hate hospitals. I don't know how people work in them. People choose like
I don't,
two places that people choose to work in that I can't understand. High
dude.
schools and hospitals. My wife works in a high school. I just don't
Dude,
get it. I
I'll tell
left
you,
the high school and I never walked back into one on purpose.
I get anxiety walking through school. I get anxiety that, and then any doctor office, any hospital,
Mm.
people should get paid $1 million a year to work there. The ones that even the people who do your blood and all that stuff, I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
They don't know about DraftKings weeklies. That's how. They don't know about that. They got to find out about that.
It's starting to move too, DraftKings. You want to pull it up?
Yeah,
It's
let's
starting.
talk. Let's give it a minute. We had like a delay for some reason this morning on like sending out alerts that we're even having this show. I don't know. The people that are here are kind of like devotees, but let's give it a minute. I'll let you eat your pig a little bit. Let's talk about Valentine's Day. Did you do the usual Lance move and dump your girlfriend right before V Day? That's a pro move, right? Or your girls, I should say.
What you do to save money is you dump every girl you're talking to, you ghost them,
Mm.
right? And then
Mm.
like a couple after, you give them the excuse, oh, I was out of town, I was traveling, which this year was true. I
Yes,
was
you
I
were.
down Wednesday night. I was in Jacksonville, home of the old people, and everything closes at 8 p.m. and golf carts. But I did stay at Margaritaville, with Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, that's cool.
That was fun. It was on the beach. I mean, it was cold, but I actually had an excuse. I was away.
Yeah.
I was halfway, and I wasn't home. So now I'll start, creeping back into it. But girls really love that the Valentine's. The whole sentimental value. Oh, I got you this. I got you this. I got myself a new Rolex. That's what I did.
Let's go. That's awesome. I'll tell you what. I think it's like a lot of things, kind of a scam, right? It's a catalyst to get people to buy shit.
It
Um,
is.
but at the same point in time, like I've been married for 17 years, so I got to do something. I got to keep it tight. I got to keep it right. I do my best. Sometimes my best isn't good enough, but you got to try. You got to try. You got to try on some level. Sometimes, not all the time. Not all the time,
You
because you got to
have.
take an option, right? There's optionality to it.
You know what the best play is? And I like what Alex wrote in the chat. I won't repeat it because we don't want to get canceled, but you got to look at it. The best saying, hey, honey, go to breakfast. Let's go to Cracker Barrel the next morning or the day before, because then it's cheap. You could play checkers. You could buy something at Cracker Barrel. What are you going to spend $50 on a whatever the Cracker Barrel has in their store, and then you're good. You don't have to plan it. You can drink mimosas now at Cracker Barrel. It's a nice day. I had Thanksgiving there once a year. It was the best Thanksgiving I had.
I think one time I messed up and I didn't get a Mother's Day for my wife reservation. She wanted to go to like some fancy brunch. Brunch is another scam. We're gonna give you eggs. We're gonna give you a shitty mimosa. And we're gonna charge you $30, which for what should cost $8. right? And so I think I effed up the reservation. We ended up going through the Mickey D's drive-through with the kids in the back. It was, I mean, I love me a, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, so I was fine, but
Did
she wasn't thrilled.
you hear about McDonald's CEO, their ex-CEO, getting SEC charges?
For what? Insider trading?
He's a dirty dog.
They
He's a
all are.
dirty dog, like lying to investors and stuff. But he's out. He's good. That you have the China. No, the
I
dude
could
from
tell you stories, dude. I used to, when I worked at Bear, my first job at Bear was in sales, and I was talking to people, like people, every morning, every day, like top people in New York City, fund managers, CEOs of companies, etc. I could tell you stories. I would never talk on video because I'm not stupid. But remind me next time we have an event to talk about the Bear days. Vince McMahon, people that came through that place. Martha Stewart. Yeah.
oh, those people
Yeah.
aren't corrupt at all. They're not corrupt at all. They have nothing wrong with.
Martha went to jail. I don't know anything about that, but I might know something about that. But let's
Them.
not let's digress. Let's look at some shit here. Let's look at some of these numbers. I
Let's
think
pull up.
that's enough time. I was
Look,
look how nerdy I am. I was looking at Bloomberg, CFTC, non-commercial future positioning. Because someone got me down a rabbit hole. One of these conspiracy guys on FinTwit that I like was like, the federales are out here, the plunge protection team shorting oil nonstop. And I'm like, yeah, I think that could be the case. But that's good because, like in stocks, the same phenomenon happens in anything that you get like a consolidated short position. You could have a mega short squeeze. So I was looking at this crude oil net positioning, and it's like the least long it's been since 2015, which
really?
means somebody's actively shorting it, is what that means, that it's so low from a speculation standpoint. These are non like oil companies. These are just speculators, fund managers. Anyone that's not an oil business that has a crude oil contract is reporting as a non-commercial future speculator in
Yeah.
this at the NYMEX. And
Yep.
this is the lowest we've seen, in almost 10 years. In almost 10
Wow.
years right now, long oil. Yeah.
If you look, so you had oil, gold sell off. Obviously, equities selling off, but you've also had the dollar start to catch a little bit of a bid nowadays too. I actually, this sounds crazy, but I'm actually starting to dabble in some oil stocks. I bought Liberty
Good.
Energy yesterday.
Good.
You want to?
Which one?
It's Liberty Energy, LBRT. I did the July 17 and a half calls in it. LBRT. There you go. Not a crazy mover, right? But
no, it's kind of sober for an oil stock.
right. So I bought all the way in June. So obviously that's very long dated, especially for me.
So almost 3 billion market cap. It's not a small. It's okay. Yeah, I like that.
It was a new one that hit my radar. So that.
Did you buy these? You bought these July 17s?
Yeah. How many hit the line that day? It was about
almost 2,000. Almost.
Yeah,
2,000.
it was about. Yeah, the
Look
order
at
was about
this.
600.
Nothing else for like 2 months, but there was action.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was weird, right? You had nothing in open interest, in any other expirations or anything, and then you had these big players come in. I think they paid $1.65 for them, and then I bought some at that, and then I think I bought some at $1.60, and then like 5 at 155.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Now I'll probably add this morning because it's probably going to gap down, because crude. So I'll probably add this morning, maybe 20.
I mean, if we look at the stock again, what was it? The 17s?
Yeah, or 17 and a half.
17 and a half. Okay. I think this stock, like if we get oil, let's compare it to crude, right?
Yeah, pull it up.
If we get crude, which will be like this blue line here, to tick back up to a hundo, and that's a long shot, but it's not impossible. Especially if a squeeze happens on these future positions that I was showing you. This is a stock that could easily trade back up here. I think.
Yeah.
Actually,
well,
$2 is not crazy. I mean,
but it's like we said the other week. Some of these little oil drillers, like your rigs, your SWNs, when they move, it's not rare for them to move 5, 7, 10% a day or so. You just need some kind of obviously move and crew to get these names with the momentum going.
Yeah, I mean, look at this guys. These guys are trading at a freaking 6 PE, dude. Like, look at this shit. It's incredible. Like these people make money at the price that it is now. Like that's why they're so sensitive to the price of gas and oil, because if it goes up, like it gets stupid how much money they make. Like they're going to make $1.2 billion in revenue this year, and they're trading at a $2.8 billion market cap. Like what other business other than like us trades at that kind of multiple, right? Think about that. So
yeah,
right,
I will say, full disclosure, make sure you the bid ask yesterday was wider than a truck, especially in the afternoon when the market started selling off with that Fed head opening his big mouth. So make sure if you do put an order in, try mid market limit orders, stuff like that, because they work very, very wide. Obviously, there was not much volume or open interest in anything. But
how long will you, out of curiosity, how long will you wait? How long will you sit there at like mid spread before you update it? Do you have patience?
I'll usually wait like a minute max.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I get a little bit antsy. You can tell after a minute if it's a real market maker or not, is why it's a teachable moment, right? Like if someone's really there to do some business, to do some trading, they'll hit you at mid spread.
So, yeah. But yesterday I did a trade in Hubs. I bought some Hubs calls, right? Trying to get the damn lighting in here.
Look at this. This is something totally different. So people are like, why do we have that? I mean, the Fed's trying to kill us, right? But this is what I'm bringing up here today. This is something I was looking at this morning also. I wake up too early. I'm an old man, but I was looking at this shit because I was curious. 80, this is the 210 spread, and it's minus 80 basis points. So the 2-year US Treasury is yielding 80 more basis points than the 10-year right now. And we haven't seen that level going back all the way since God knows when. Like we're below 2008 like recession here, like great financial crisis. So I think that it's something to pay attention to. It's kind of a longer term thing. It's not going to like impact like the crush the open types of trades. Obviously, like DraftKings don't give an F about the 2s and 10s. But what's going on? I mean, what is going? This last move that we had this week in 2-year rates and short term paper, it's pretty severe. It's pretty severe. And the first day it was happening, like, was 2 days ago. I wrote that. You guys saw that in the Telegram that I was teasing on my burn notice, that I was like, we got to short Zoom here because Zoom was getting dragged up with Roblox. What people don't understand is, like, and you've been saying this like
all the shit stocks move together. They all move together.
This is the year that they're going to decouple a little bit. They're going to have like these wild moves on certain days all together. But then over the coming days, you're going to see a decoupling of them, right? And that's where you got to have people like Lance Ippolito, people like Jeff Santaneri that are like, no, you got to be long DraftKings, not this one. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? Because in 2022, there was a lot more binary. Everything just got sold. I think this year, because of the fact that we've got this rates thing that's still going on, but some of these companies are okay, bro. They're okay, right?
Yeah. You know what? It is very, very selective what you're seeing. You're seeing some of these high growth names still get crushed. Other will have a 1 or 2 day squeeze, and then that's it. It's like you saw Roblox the other day. You saw Twilio yesterday.
We were talking about Roblox. I love Roblox. I was telling you that. I was like, this is not like the rest of these stocks. These guys, my kid is on this every damn morning on Roblox.
Yeah,
the thing about Roblox that's great is it's actually like a good critical thinking tool. Like kids figure out like how to like build shit and design stuff with it. And that's cool. That's got upside because it's got the support of like parents who are like, yeah, I'll spend you some money on Roblox. You know what I'm saying? But Go ahead.
Also, too, it's not like the other video game stocks that have such a bad sediment, like the Activisions, the Take-Two Interactives, the
Did
EA.
you see Randy R just said he shorted DraftKings yesterday? Did you watch Monday? Are you like, do you hate us?
Hey, let a dirty dog do his thing. To be honest with you, I don't blame
Do
him.
you hate us? Do you hate us? I mean, we told you guys to buy DraftKings.
I really can't blame him though. If you look at the move between Monday and yesterday, so Thursday, DraftKings was up so much, and those options rallied so much.
Listen,
With the
if you're
volatility,
long, but this is how I'm gonna. This is a teacher.
you can't step in front of a train right
This
now.
is a teachable
It's so hard
moment.
to short.
This is a teachable moment. This is how you die. This is how you die. If you do something freaking great and you make a shit ton of money and then you think you're the fucking master and you're going to reverse it and go short it in the opposite direction, that's how you die. You can exit a trade before the earnings if you've made a ton of money for Monday, but to flip it and reverse it like you are like this like concerto maestro and you just made a shit ton of money on the long side, that's how you die. From my experience, I've made those sins left and right.
It is so hard. It is so hard to step in front of a freight train and short, especially a high growth stock. So when we say high growth, high junk, shit stock, any kind of ARC, any high speculative stock, any stock with a bearish chart, if you're trying to short it, especially right now, because some of these names are rallying so much, not only do you have to be right in terms of timing, okay, but also the volatility, so the implied volatility options are going to be expensive. So you're going to uppay for, to buy those puts. So if you don't have like a 3-5% plus move, the puts are not even going to pay.
And but it is totally a situation though, where you think, like, here's the thing. If I do, this is how you have to be an idiot to be a good trader. I'm going to give you an example. Everyone wants to find something cool and unique to make money on rather than just to make money on it, right? They want to be smarter. They want to be different. They want to be cutesy. They want to be freaking famous. I'm like, if I'm long, I'm going to play this stock from the long side only, like exclusively from the long side. So I make a checklist in my head and I go, okay, Jeff, did I get the call right on the stock going up? Yes. Okay, now I'm going to start shorting it? No, never. That's a stock I trade from the long side. Now, if I show you a stock like, let's look at Lucid, right? This is a stock that I shorted well. I can't buy Lucid, for better or for worse. I can't buy it because my best call in this freaking piece of crap, I'm shorting this pig, right? So I'm always thinking to myself, how did I make money? Let me do that again. Just a teachable moment. And not to go reverse that. That's how you die. In my
try to, I don't want to say think like an idiot, but keep it simple. It's very, everyone wants to get cute, and I've done this before. Heck, how much did I buy of Chewy yesterday at the close? I bought, you guys want to laugh and you can make fun of me, I bought a 50 lot of Chewy weekly 47.5 calls yesterday before the close.
Yeah.
And Chewy's down. It's only traded 20.
DraftKings above 20 now. Let's go. Let's go.
So
I talked to you about this stock 4 days ago at $15.50. You guys realize that, right?
I got cute with Chewy. My options are going to be down 50-60% because I went against the trend because it was selling off yesterday. But I got cute thinking, the name can squeeze today. That ain't going to work, right? So I'm going to lose money. What I should have done is said, hey, what's strong yesterday? Let me play a name like that, or what's weak? Let me play it to the downside.
You know what's a good thing also, Lance? You know what's also a good thing to do? A good strategy to do? You guys know I love link trades. You know I love pairing and hedging and shit. If you're getting like antsy that you think like the market's going to turn or a stock's going to turn, rather than flipping a position on a stock that's made you a lot of money on the upside, buy some TQQ calls or puts, trade the index, trade like the NASDAQ as the hedge bearishly, not the stock. Yeah. Find another shit stock that's in the same thing. But that's just some tips, man. So Jen's asking me, exit at the open, take half off. Take half off in the first 15 minutes. Let's see where the other half goes. These stocks can move 20%. It has happened.
Yeah. I always say, I'm going to hedge with a boring ETF. because you're not open to single stock news. If you want to hedge, VXX used to be good, but that's a whole nother story. But you
I
could
like
do
TQQ because it's on steroids, like the crack stocks, right? Like the
three
DraftKings
times
going to move
leverage.
10%. That thing moves 4 or 5% in a day, right?
So it's 3 times leverage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if Jeff's a freak of nature with the three, and I can't say that. I used to trade the Nugget back in the day. Remember the Nugget?
Yeah.
That used to be my baby back in the day. I
The
would get
nugget.
long the Nugget. The Nugget was 3 times gold bull, but that's when gold actually moved. Now gold.
But I'm not telling people to like invest on these things for long periods of
No,
time.
you
I'm
can't.
trading for days. You can't because they have a decaying factor. Yeah.
Yes, you cannot. Full disclosure, any leverage ETF is horrendous for
Horrendous
investing,
long term. Never
but
have one of
for
those as a long
trading,
term thing. Yeah.
because it's a decaying asset long term, and they keep having to roll the futures. It's horrible, and that's why VXX is, obviously now what you see, or UVXY. Remember that used to be popular. But in terms of trading, they're very liquid instruments that you can get in and out of. Personally, I would not hold anything more than like a week in that space, but for a couple of days or for a couple, small position sizes, some lotto tickets, oh, for sure. It's
So
always
on Mondays we like to talk about like a particular play, right? And catalysts that are going to happen for the week. This show is all about the market. It's about the market, right? The market's opening today on a Friday. It's the last trading day. Then we're going to have 3 days off. 3 days is a long ass time for shit to happen.
It
Now
is.
balloons get shot down. You could have the aliens actually introduce themselves to Kamala. I'm waiting for that. You could have all kinds of things happen.
Do you think they'll accept her, or will she be hiding?
I think she might already be one. I think she might introduce them to us because they're her overlords. I don't know. I'm curious to. I'm curious. I think she might rip her mask off like Scooby Doo. I'm not sure, but I want to look at some macro things because we've had some really weird moves this week, man.
The week's been a shithole. There's no way to put it.
The only thing that was right, the only thing was right was our DraftKings play. That was the only thing. That was probably the only thing I got right. In fairness, for the rest of the week too, for all my other stuff.
Dude, I'm right there with you. This week has been a mess.
It's
not only been a sell-off, but it's been a boring sell-off of everything. Not just stocks, but every asset class. It's just been very boring of a week to trade directional, and that's what I hate, and that's what sadly this week has been. It's just been like a very low volume drift sell-off with nothing. I mean, nothing good.
But look at this. Look at this. So this is a NASDAQ future, right? So NASDAQ future on the 10th made a low about 180, about another 1.5% lower than this. That would be like, for me, like a hard place for people to try a lot of long, like a lot of long, not a little bit of long, a lot of long. Because I think you can a lot of long. I think you can bounce here. I personally have a feeling that the open print this morning is going to be the low of the day. I think
really. You think we just go straight up at the open, kind of like yesterday, but then obviously we had a sell off.
Yep, I do, because I think the move that happened in the late afternoon yesterday, like, was incredibly exaggerated, and then this is a continuation of an already exaggerated move off information that people know, and we're still, in my mind, in a BTFD environment. We just are.
I agree. We are in the buy the dip mode. It's just buying the dip hasn't hard this week. It's been having to close your eyes buying the dip and not looking at your P&L.
But the hard part was waiting for like this morning. Now, do I think that there might be some nervous Nellies over a 3-day weekend on Friday afternoon? I think that might pose a little bit of a challenge towards the end of the day. But I think they're going to sell it off from a higher.
Where's the optimism coming from? Well, I think here's your bull case. If we don't have another spaceship, another flying Chinese fucking Pokemon flying over Alaska that we don't shoot down, if Hubs is over 411 now. I got a trade I got to share with you about. But I think as long as we don't have any.
You want to share the screen?
I can't. I got all my shit here. But as long as nothing bad happens over this weekend, which obviously we can't control, we're not growing. We're not having freaking balloons in our air. But as long as nothing like that happens negative, I think we gap up 1 to 2% Tuesday morning. That's how
Entirely
bold
possible.
I think this move can be from this sell-off and consolidation phase to a bull move to the upside. Now, obviously, if we do have
I think
news,
we're going to close the month strong. I think we're going to close next week. I think we're going to close next week strong. We're going to, and this is what I'm looking at as potential hiccups. So we've been seeing like the CPI. The big number is going to be the jobs numbers, right? So we're going to have a big jobs number coming out. I think it's in the beginning of March. And I think that's going to be what starts all the craziness, and then the Fed. It's back to the Fed. If people want to own stocks, people are the ties still go to the bulls on the upside.
Yeah, sadly. Yep.
So that's what I've got. I don't have much more. Do you want to
Yeah,
talk?
I got one trade, and I almost feel bad saying it because the options were so expensive. But this is to show you guys just how degenerate I am. Okay, this is a full degenerate, do not do at home type deal. So yesterday there was and remember, the stock, if you want to pull it up, Hubs, it's a $400 stock. Okay, so yesterday this guy came in buying like 400K worth of calls that expire next week, and I was like, God, I just wanted to gamble. I really like, and I say that in the most what's a good word? And the most knowing my risk and reward and knowing myself.
Most educated gambler possible.
Most educated, exactly.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something. Like I told you, I bought a 50 lot of Chewy weekly calls. Those are going to go cut. They're going to get more than cut in half. So I'm going to lose probably a couple grand on that trade. But in Hubs, this animal bought these calls that were $18. Okay, so that's or pardon me, $22. So that's $2,200 a contract, right? I think I bought them for $18. So just about $2,000 a contract. I said, I'm going to buy one lot. Either I'm going to lose my full $2,000 if the stock stays flat or goes down on earnings, or I'm going to probably make, $2,000. Hopefully the stock goes up.
Mm-hmm.
So then the stock started puking like $8 in the last like 15 minutes of the day with the market. Yeah. And the bid ask was wider than a truck. Like I could have never sent this out as a trade alert. They were like $5 wide. Okay.
That's one thing that's hard to explain to people. Like to do trade alerts is a different game than to trade. Like it's hard to like get something out timely that you can do with the way this market moves. But go on.
Exactly. And also too, I'm not going to give someone a $2,000 option recommendation. What if they have a $2,000 account? That's their whole freaking account, right?
Yeah.
So I bought a contract. And then the junkie in me, I'm down like $500. So I buy another one.
Yeah.
And the bid ask is wider. Then I say, oh shit. So I buy another one because now I'm down like $800 and the bid ask is wide. And I just say, fuck it. I'm going to either lose $6,000 or, hopefully swing for the fences. Well, the stock's up $60. So I'm probably going to have a $20,000 payday or something. So that's what you call lucky, educated guess gambling. And I will fully say that because it was not a skillful trade. It was me keep adding on the way down and got extremely lucky. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but you're still trading from the standpoint that the ties go to the bulls. So you got like 70% of these earnings have been heralded by the markets on the upside, right? So so that's it, y'all. We're gonna have a 3-day weekend. I hope you we got a good crowd after all. I think we got like almost 500 people in this thing.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge.
And we really appreciate that. We really appreciate y'all riding with us. We've been doing it twice a week by demand. I have like emails from people hitting me up. You got to do twice a week.
And we will fully support, not only the winning trades and the good stuff we have, but the losers where we are dead wrong. We're trying to really, if you do want to do kind of the shit.
Yeah, but we had Tesla, Uber, and DraftKings. We're three for three, y'all.
Yeah, do it with a little side money though. Don't go all in on this stuff thinking we're the holy grail or you're going to be.
Yeah, but we're also talking macro. We're looking big picture, catalyst. We're doing like teachable moments, the psychology. Like when people are telling me they went long and then they went short, I'm trying to like iron that out. We curse a little. Put your earmuffs on if you do.
Dude, like to give you an example, the NASDAQ futures just sold off 30 points here in a minute. Like this is
cash open.
It's just insane right now. And we haven't got the opening bell. All right, I got to run.
All right, later. I love you all. Have a great President's Day weekend.
Yes.
God bless George
Enjoy it.
Washington. See you all later.